Siyahamba elangeni sihle kakhulu imvula iphelile konke kuyakhanya siyadansa emgwaqweni ovulekile.
I remember the first time I reached out to you, I was like, yo, I love your body paint. And you're like, no, it's body art, Tony. I was like, yes, I want to work with you.
Please introduce yourself.
Sanibonani. Igama lami Langelihle Mawela. Mawela umfula ugcwele. Isigawu semithe emide nemfishane. Umanzi ezulu kakhondlo. Imbali kajama ujama kamlisi. Inkosazana ayiqedwa ke. I'm Loy. And I am a multidisciplinary creative artist from Ndwedwe.
Where is Ndwedwe?
North of Durban, north of KwaZulu, Natal. Yeah, I don't like the name Durban. For business purposes, it makes sense, but yeah, it just takes away KwaZulu.
Were you born here?
I was born in Eddington Hospital, but I spent the first few years of my life in Mlazi, and then my parents they relocated, or my mother actually, but my dad is from Ndwedwe, where they built their land, which is very important and sacred to me. To us. Well, imfuyo, livestock, land are very sacred to me, because obviously that's like real wealth for our people, the actual wealth that Umdali provided us with. You know, when our land was taken, it was taken from kings and queens, and when our land was returned, or when we got our country back, it was given back to the government. And since then, things have not went well for our people. Since the arrival of the ships.
Do you consider yourself a queen?
No. Yeah, what a question. That's very tricky for me.
What do you consider yourself?
I consider myself as imbali kajama, isigawu semithe emide nemfishane. I am my child's ancestors. My ancestors' child. Which one is it? Oh, okay. Sorry, English is not my mother, so yeah, I have to. Yeah. So, for me, the queen and king stuff, I get it. But in my understanding, being indlovukazi or being a queen means coming from royalty. And I do understand the significance or the richness of my roots. But I think the title that I'm most comfortable with, besides the one that was my birthright, which is Mawela umfula ugcwele, Langelihle Mawela, you know, I think it is the fact that I'm an artist.
And you also did mention that your mom was a photographer.
Yeah, in her early days, I think that's where my gift comes from, you know.
What's your gift?
My gifts, I have the ability to capture things that you can't really capture with the naked eye at times, which is something that I'm truly grateful. The work that I do is very sacred to me. I do believe that I was I was chosen in the ancestral line to be the one to capture these stories, these experiences, well, my experiences and their stories through my work. So I think my gifts are storytelling, painting. I do the storytelling through different mediums as well, which is very healing. I do believe that everybody is born with purpose and everybody has something to fulfill. And my purpose is my creativity, the work that I create. For instance, this piece, well, I don't know why I'm lifting it up. I'm sure you can see it.
That's your baby.
Yeah, that's my baby. I don't want
Pick it
to.
up and hold it.
Yeah. Well, so this piece right here, this piece actually is the sculpture from a painting Endabugweni, which captures the essence of all the stories of my bloodline. It captures the arrival of abantu baka Mawela when they arrived from Mozambique. So we come from Mozambique. Mwende. I'm not sure about the name, but
Been there.
no, I recently heard even the name.
You have to visit.
Really.
Deeply rooted, and you haven't been there.
Listen.
Come on, Lang. You can do better than that.
I will one day. So they came from Mozambique, and Mawela umfula ugcwele, hence why the abantu baka Mawela, but they're associated with abantu baka Mazibuko. So when they crossed the great river that not anybody just could cross, they were then given the name Mawela. And the clan names that I say every time when I introduce myself, because I carry that with pride as well. So can you just imagine, for me, that's what makes this thing so important, what I do so important, because I do feel the need to capture these stories because no one has done it before in my bloodline. So, I do feel that it is a privilege to do what I do every day. To get up and create is a beautiful privilege. The gifts that we have from Umdali, because when we come on earth, you see, like when a baby is born, like they have like their fingers, their hands evaliwe kanje, like closed like this, and like as a baby gets older, they constantly open their hands, and the older they get, then their hands are open. That's purpose. You're probably born with purpose, and you as you open your hands, you let go of your purpose. We spend the rest of our lives trying to find that purpose, and I think I'm doing just that. I am finding my purpose the best way that I know how, through all of my gifts. Umsebenzi wezandla zami, the work of my hands. I want to die empty. I don't want to die and get to heaven or judgment day or whatever.
You still finding your purpose. So
Yes.
walk us through how you found out that you're the chosen one to do what you do.
Chosen one is a heavy word.
So
I feel like that I'm not blowing my own horn, but getting to wake up every day and do what you love is a privilege. In this day and age, being able to step out of society and societal norms of being an artist or being a creative, I feel like it's a privilege. This is something that I feel like I was born for, because there's nothing else I'd rather do. Painting, sculpting, creating is one of the greatest gifts of life. It is so healing. It is so divine. It is purpose. I'm thinking about the painting behind me, the artwork behind me, which is the hand that reaches out. I've been loving using the grass mat as a medium to express myself. This artwork captures this woman's mind. It also embodies and remembers a Black woman's strength. Specifically, there's a painting behind Hands of Sarah, and ever since using that style, I've loved expressing my figures in that manner, because I remembered Sarah Batman and the women like her who are constantly objectified because of their bodies, you know. First of all, I just want to highlight that these sculptures were made from, I went and I dug the clay myself in Tabeni, and I processed it myself, and I guess the rest is history. So I'll start with this. This is the ancestral vessel. This piece not only holds space as just a mask, but it's actually an ancestral holder. I wanted to create a very ancient look and feel, you know, something that looks like it was created emandulo. My journey with sculpting basically just started with me asking myself, how did my ancestors make art before there were canvases? How did they make art before there was digital art, before there were cameras? I wanted to go back emandulo, before civilization or modernization, before colonization. Let me put it like that. Before colonization, and actually learn how to create in a way that my ancestors did. And this is called the ancestral vessel. It obviously embodies African patterns that capture the journeys, the scars. If you actually like look at it, it's actually like more than patterns. It's actually scars and journeys of, you know, our people, and bruises. But as you can see, the mask is actually in a calm area. Balele, it's asleep. I think if you look at most of the creations or the masks that I've made, all of the figures, all of them have been asleep. They've been calm, because that's also the mind state that I'm trying to get to in my life, you know, as a human being. So my work also then, yeah, my work is a reflection of things that I see, feel, lessons that I learn, just a whole lot of reflection, yeah, a lot of reflection and shadow work done through creativity. This is called Balele Abengune. This piece I did it a few months before I heard my uncle was sick, and then my uncle passed away, and I was, yeah, it felt so damn. It felt so close to home, because the piece is basically about death, you know. Ukanzi, I used it as a medium to communicate, because when someone passes, when they are being buried, they are laid in a coffin, you know. They are laid njalo, they are laid on top of Ukanzi, like and then the coffin is on top. The coffin is on top of Ukanzi. English, the coffin is on top of Ukanzi in the grave, and it basically like used as a send-off shebang. On the sides, it has patterns that embody the sun, because Shona Welanga, the representation of the sun setting onto the next life, you know, good night, ulale kahle, as they say when someone passes. Abalele abenguni, it's just a homage to the ones that have left this earth. And this sculpture right here is Endabugweni, which captures the stories, the journey of my people from Mozambique to Eningizimu Africa, settling kwamhlabu Lingana. You know, when I did research, I found symbolisms and faces that embody my people, and that was captured through, you know, this creation. This piece right here captures the facades that people wear every day. What you see is not really what you get, you know. I may appear calm, but a storm may be weathering in through my mind or in my heart. Hence why the different colors and abstract background to represent like the different emotions that one goes through, you know, while wearing a calm face. And if you look at the part that has the patterns and the body art, that is the chaos that we hide deep inside us that we do not show. I just summarized all the work. Before I could paint on a canvas, I painted the human skin.
Yeah. When was the first time you painted?
December 11, 2021. I needed an outfit, and I didn't know what to wear. I took a pair of jeans and a marker, a permanent marker, and I started painting faces and patterns on jeans. And then when I was done with those jeans, I stepped back and I looked at them and I was like, damn, okay, you know. When the following day, like on the day of the event, I told my partner at the time that I wanna start painting these faces and patterns. Gave me an oil pastel and sketchbook, and I started painting faces and patterns, and different faces and patterns with different expressions. Yeah. And I started realizing, oh, okay, makes sense. People wear different faces every day. People wear different facades every day. What you see is not what you get sometimes, you know. But for different reasons, the mask connected to me, like it made so much sense. Yeah. The patterns were like it was like a mind map of a beautiful journey that has a lot of pain and scars and lessons but resilience and all of that. I started like learning about like the family journeys and history where we come from. And it started feeling important for me to draw all of these patterns as a way of capturing this journey that I'm on, the journey that we're on. Because when the human being is now the canvas, it now becomes a collaboration between I as the artist and them as the canvas, and their energy, the energy that they give me, the energy that they provide. And I always paint, I have the blessing of always painting the most beautiful people with beautiful energy. And I think that's why the body art always comes out so well detailed, you know, because also you're capturing that person's energy. Hence why when I am painting a human being, I need them to be as calm as they possibly can. I need them to be as pure-hearted as they possibly can, as pure-minded as they possibly can, because everything that they feel and everything that they are, I am at that moment when the brush touches their skin.
So it's more like a connection between you and them when
Of course.
the brush makes like contact.
Of course, the brush is the medium. The brush is the healing medium. It's the communicative tool between me and them. Hence why I also need consent from the canvas or the muse, because I need your body. I am using your body, you know. So I find it very interesting at how everything just always turns out, because every single person is a different canvas, always. And I'm always surprised at how people turn out.
Yeah.
It's a mystery, and I enjoy it. First of all, the music is important.
Izwi le-Afrika lishaya njengezulu ebusuku, abadala bahlabelela, abancane baphendula. Kukhona izwi elilodwa ezindaweni eziningi, likhuluma uthando, ukuphila nethemba.
The music is important. I don't think while I'm painting, I don't think about what I'm gonna be doing. I literally just look at the person and I see it, like, I don't know, like, besides saying I see it with my third eye, I see it. And probably maybe how I see it is not how it's going to turn out. It's going to be even better, because every single part of their body is a different. It's running out here. Every single part is a different space for me to explore.
Yeah.
Are you ever done with a painting, besides if it sells? But what if it's a human being? You know? I think it also depends. Sometimes I look at time, you know, but most importantly, for me to have as much time as I possibly can, I need a few hours. I need a few hours. I need time to look at the human being. I need time to connect with the person that I'm painting, so that it's easier for me to paint. So how do I know that it's complete? When you step away from a few seconds and you look at them and they look like celestial beings. They look like they just stepped out from a different universe, and they look powerful. They look like a dream. That's when I know that my work has been complete. When I step away and the human being looks like a celestial being.
Which means you're like a celestial being right now because you have something special on your face.
If I'm being honest with you, I'm not really comfortable with having body art on my skin. I mean, I love this. It looks amazing, you know, but I don't know.
How would you describe it? The one on your face. I mean, with all the ones I've seen that like you've done, the whole face is covered. Like right now, I'm seeing half the blue and covered, and the other half.
I'm looking at myself in the camera. How would I describe it? Half human, half amazing. Half human, half gorilla. That's how I would describe it. That's how it makes me feel.
Is there a particular way that like you want people to feel when they look at your work?
I don't want to be responsible for how people feel when they look at my work. You should have your own feelings when you look at my work. I create based on how I feel and what I feel. Sometimes it's my way of purging. Sometimes it's my way of just, expressing myself. My job as an artist is to look at society and cry through my work. It's to look at my family history and to capture it. It's to study generational patterns. And just to learn, isiZulu sithi umuntu ufunda zafe, you learn till you die. And I really am just also trying to get to know myself better, trying to get to know my purpose better, trying to get to know my work better. So I can't say what I want you to feel, but I hope that whatever it is that you feel, it reminds you of who you are. I hope that you always get a chance to reflect back at yourself, and I hope that looking at my work always opens people's minds, because I would like to think that when it comes to creating, I'm very open-minded at the things that I create. Damn, that's a good question. How would I define success as an artist? Seeing everything that you've ever dreamed and visioned coming to life, and seeing your ideas getting to live, not just in your space, but in people's homes, in galleries, in airports, on television, get a chance to tell your vision. See what I did there? You can find me on Instagram. I am @langs_Raphael, and on the TikToks, same thing, @langs_Raphael.